Hello everyone, well it's double bubble today. I'm going to be unboxing two Hooverettes. Why two, you ask? Isn't one enough? Well, of course, for a collector, one is not enough of anything really. It's not a collection if you've only got one. There's a reason why I've got two. I do like the Hooverette and I've been looking for an orange Hooverette for a while and I found one and I bought it. I think it was on a buy it now, but it was lacking, I think, the main cleaner head. And there was a few bits that looked wrong with it. But then a few days after I bought that one, another one came up on eBay with the cleaner head that was missing from the first one. So I bought that as well. So out of the two, hopefully I'm going to get one fairly complete model and then I'll sell the other one on. I'm not going to keep both. I do have another Hooverette that I showed you quite a while ago on my channel. It's an older version than this. The blue one, and I think that's got all the cleaning tools. These obviously don't have everything with them. And as far as I know, the orange Hooverette was the last Hooverette Hoover produced in the UK, and I think it ran up to the early 80s. I'm pretty sure I've got a brochure from 81 or 82 that still features the basic Hooverette in this colour scheme. And these I'm going to show you are different ages as well. There may be a couple of years in between them. So I don't know which one this is, but anyway, here is the extension wand and the handle. It's gone a bit yellow. I think T-cut actually will restore that. You'll see that the handle has holes in because the handle also forms the exhaust vent, because this plugs into the top of the machine where the exhaust air comes out of, and it comes out of here. So there's no filtration on this to speak of, no exhaust filter. I suppose you could wrap something around that if you wanted to, but obviously it's a vintage machine. Nobody bothered about HEPA filtration back then. They didn't care. Now we have an all-purpose brush. I'll just put the cleaner to one side and see if there's anything else. No, I think that's all that came with this one. So I think this is the first one I bought. And you know what? I have a feeling, I don't know if this was pictured in the listing, but I think that's been added since the photos were taken, because I did notice that the cord strain relief was either missing or broken, or perhaps it was, perhaps I thought that was tape. That's had a replacement, which is black, and it should be white. I've just ordered a couple that will fit this. They fit the Dustet and Constellation. Might not be the proper one, but at least it's white because black doesn't go. So I like this orange scheme. Now looking at this one, I think this is later than the one I'm about to unbox. The reason I say this is because it's got painted clips to open up the end here to access the bag. The earlier version has got metal clips. I think these could be metal. I think they're metal, but painted metal. Yes, I think they're still metal, but they're painted white, and they're just metal colour on the other one. So I think this is newer. There's been some attempt made at cleaning. I did notice on the pictures. These are quite easy to take apart. I've had these apart before. This is the exhaust. So you can use it as a handheld, albeit quite a large handheld cleaner, like that, by holding onto the handle. Or you could even pop the handle, I suppose, and use it like that, but it's more comfortable on your stairs to use it like that. So this, as I said, that's where the exhaust air comes out of. I'll have a look at the rating plate in a minute. Now the on-off switch, I might buy a new one depending on the condition of the other. The on-off has rubbed off on this. Somebody on eBay is selling a new one of these. But that's your standard little slide control, which way is, that way is off. And you've got the same little push button either side to release your handle. Obviously you can pop. It's designed to be used in this way. Well, you can use it in two ways, much like or three ways, like the Miele Triflex, which isn't a new idea, because you can use this as a handheld like this. You can use it with the motor unit low to the ground, like that. Or for reaching up high or for reaching under low furniture, you can pop the handle directly into the cleaner, take off the nozzle, pop the wand into there, and then obviously it'd normally be a floor nozzle on there, and then you can use it like this to reach under furniture or to reach up high for your cobwebs. So basically it does have 3 sort of configurations you can use the machine. The toolkit for this, I believe, is the same as the Hoover Dustette toolkit, which includes a flexible hose, and I've got one of those, so I can use the Dustette toolkit, I'm pretty sure. Because when the machine got to this stage, this era, I think it was just supplied with the normal carpet and floor nozzle and no other tools. It might have come with a couple of small tools, I'm not sure. But it was sold really as a stick vac for quick cleanups, much as a lot of cordless cleaners are sold nowadays. So inside here we take off the end cap. We've got some bags. Oh, they are genuine bags, look. 2944B bags. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spare bags. And a bag fitted inside a cloth bag. I expect it was possible to use this with just the cloth bag, but obviously for a little bit added filtration and a more hygienic way of emptying, best to use the paper liner. And I can't really see it, but the motor's behind there, and there's no filter under the bag, and I don't think the Hooverette ever had a filter. It was just the cloth bag, and on selected models the paper bag. Not sure if the very early Hooverettes had the bags. Probably they did, but I'm not sure. Apart from the blue one that I've got, I've also seen this in the smoked pine and sage green colour scheme, which is obviously earlier than this, but I think later than the blue one. So there we go, that's the first one out of the box, which was the first one I bought. I will plug it in a minute, but we'll now take a look at the second one. And the main reason I went for this is because of the carpet and floor nozzle that's missing on the first. Whichever one of these cleaners sounds the best, looks the best, I will keep. And the other one I will sell on to another collector or whoever wants it, really. Oh, well, this has some rather old packaging here. Again, 2944B. Oh, but they're still that colour. I've seen some even older bags than these. 43p. I've seen old ones that sort of a grey colour. These are a bit newer. I don't think this is the correct packaging. You'd have bought these in a shop just like that in the see-through packaging. That's from a much older set of bags. Important, have you used your last bag? Don't run out. Bags can be purchased from your nearest authorised Hoover dealer. I always put on one of those voices when I'm talking about old things, you know, like myself. Well, first glance, this looks in better condition, but you know. So this is what I was missing from the Hooverette I've just opened. Now it is a little bit rusted. I can get some of that rust off with wire wool or Brillo pad, but the teeth, the little rubber teeth, seem fairly well worn. They're not fairly well worn. They're not too bad. There is still some teeth left, but they have worn down a bit. You've got the little floating brush at the back, and you've got the lever with 1 and 2 on it, so you can position it to have the brush locked for hard floors, and for carpets you'd have the brush floating. So this is basically a smaller version of the brush head you used to get with the older cylinders, the Constellation, the Harlequin, 417B Conquest. Well, not the Conquest, that came with a different nozzle entirely. So that was the main reason I put a bid on this, or did a buy it now. I can't remember if it was buy it now or what. Again, we've got a single wand. This one also has the crevice tool, but it's not genuine by the looks of that. There's no Hoover roundel embossed. I've never seen, apart from an American one, I think that's just a replacement. It'll fit and it'll work, but it's not genuine. We've also got definitely non-gen. I remember getting these back in the day when you could buy them. Non-gen because it doesn't have the rubber teeth. It's got this sort of brush on it instead, and it's a very strange sort of grey colour. But it'll function, but it's not genuine for this machine. This handle is in better condition. There's a little bit of discoloration, but that should clean off. There's also a hanging loop I didn't show you on the other one, which, yes, there is a hanging loop on that, so you can hang it on a hook, back of a door or something. Well, I think I know which one I'll be keeping, as long as it sounds okay, and it's this one. Right, we have a genuine dusting brush, and for some reason we've got a price tag here for 63p, which I would not be surprised if whoever bought this originally decided they wanted a dusting brush and went to their local Hoover dealer and bought this for 63p. 63p. Do you know what? Well, this has reminded me, I don't know who it is, but there's somebody on eBay who's been trying to sell one or two of these for well over a year, and I think it started at £97 and it's really battered. It's not even brand new. And they've got another one as well, like for 70 something. I mean, what is all that about, folks? Even a brand new unused one of these, a £5, if that, if you really wanted a new one, £10. But what, 90 odd quid for that? No. And they keep relisting it when it doesn't sell, and I'm thinking there's a reason it's not going to sell, because people aren't stupid. Right. Oh yes, I think on the whole, well, this is the correct strain relief. In fact, it is different to the one I've ordered, which wouldn't really fit. It might, I'll probably replace the black one on the other machine. So yeah, again, it's in good condition. There's not a lot in it, is there? Depends which one sounds better. The handle on this is a bit whiter than the handle on this. It's gone slightly yellow. But I think they're from the same era because, again, they've got the painted dooblies, you know. And this is a bit yellow as well. So out of the two, I'm going to make up one very nice example. Cloth bag, no inner paper bag. Got a little bit of a seal which hasn't perished. Nice and clean. So I'll turn them both on and we'll see if one sounds better than the other. I'm not going to do much to the one I sell. I'll just wipe it down a bit, and you know, it's not going to go to someone who wants a vacuum, to be honest, is it? It'll go to a collector. So I think on both of these machines, the mains cord is genuine. It would have been a white mains cord. So yes, I will definitely sell one of these on. I don't have any need to keep two of the same. And especially when we look at the when we compare the rating plates on them, they may be from the same era. This plug is Endura, British made. So very age appropriate plug. What's the other one? This is a newer plug for the other. Can't see where it's made, but again I would say it's probably age. I'm not sure if that is age appropriate now. Look, it's got insulated pins. You can tell the earlier plugs because they don't have an insulated live and neutral pin. I prefer the styling of that one, but this one is certainly probably the plug that was fitted when this machine was new, because as I've said before in videos, unbelievably used to buy electrical appliances with no plug fitted. So it almost sounded like I said was going to say a swear word. I honestly wasn't. No plug fitted is definitely what I was going to say. Let's have a look at these rating dooblies. They're both model 2944Bs. Let's look at this one. Okay, Hoover model 2944B, 240 volts, 40 to 60 hertz, 240 watts, serial number 29445051037. Is this 77? Trademark of Hoover Limited, made by Hoover Limited, Great Britain. So that's the first one. So again, Hoover model 2944B, 240 volts, 40 to 60 hertz, 240 watts, serial number 2944504000434. Trademarks of Hoover Limited, made by Hoover Limited, Great Britain. I'm not sure if this means this is from 1974. Possibly. I'm sure Philip Hurley, I think he's called, who often helps with the dating of these products, because I think his father worked for Hoover. So I'm sure he'll be able to tell me. This could be from 74, this one, and this could be from 77, I'm not sure. But anyway, I think this is the one. Oh, I've never noticed that before on Hooverettes. Look, under the handle, that must be for the carry strap. I don't know if my early blue version has that. This is definitely the one, I think, to keep. Really everything about it is better. But we'll have to find out, of course, what they sound like. So I'm going to switch them on one at a time. Put the cleaners in the on position. So we'll pop that one over there. And this one again in the on position. We'll plug them in, switch them on one by one, and see if either sounds better than the other. But as far as looks goes, this one I think is the definite keeper. And this one will be cleaned up a little bit and sold on to somebody else. Even the cord is nicer, but I mean, it'll clean up. Right, let's untangle this cord. I'll start by plugging in the one that I think is newer, and then the one at the front. And we'll just see if we can detect any difference in the sound of these machines. Okay folks, time for the switch on. I expect they'll jolt when they're turned on. We'll start with the one at the back, and then I'll turn on the one at the front. Well, doesn't sound too bad, maybe a little bit dry. I've got a very nice waft of vintage vacuum cleaner in my nose now. Okay, let's try the front machine, plug that in. Here goes. Well, there's very little in it, isn't there? Okay, now let's try them both at the same time. Well, there's not much to choose between them, is there? I'd say this one, ever so slightly on the wind down, it sounds a little bit smoother. Just one more try with this one. It's so close, just ever so slightly rattly. So yeah, my instinct's to keep this one. I think this is the one. This is the keeper, and this is the one to sell on to somebody else after I will clean it up a little bit better than this. I think it's been polished with some car wax polish or something, and it's gone into here. So I'll just take the separate the two halves and give it a bit more of a clean up, but I'm not going to go into too much depth. It's not going to be able to be offered with the original nozzle. The nozzle here, which is why I wanted this one, which obviously would fit into there. Oh dear, I think this was the tube not that it matters. This was the tube and this was the handle for this model. So now obviously when I switch on, the air will come out of the holes here. Well, there you go, another example of some old Hoover technology still working in 2020. Really pleased to have one Hooverette in orange, let alone two, but obviously this one is going to find a new home with somebody else. This one will be cleaned up a little bit more, although both of them look pretty good, but I think this one just pips this one to the post. Very nice little cleaners from Hoover, made in Britain, unlike of course the Chinese owned Hoover of today, all made in China. That's Hoover in the UK, not USA. Hoover in the USA I believe is owned by a company based in Hong Kong. Yes, in USA you don't get made in the USA Hoovers anymore. Well, you might get a couple, I don't know. We certainly don't get any made in Britain Hoover cleaners, which is a shame, but at least there are people like me that like to preserve some of this old domestic technology for future generations to look at. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions about this pair of Hooverette cleaners, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Bye for now.